Welcome to our health show. So today we'll be discussing about immunity and we have a guest speaker, Dr. Leroy Rebello. Dr. Leroy Rebello is a well-known functional medicine doctor. He is well-known internationally as well as nationally. He is also a scientist, an inventor. He is a founder of biotech. So Dr. Leroy, what is immunity and how do we know what is an immune system?
First of all, Dr. Rachel, thank you so much for inviting me here. Immunity is a big word, but it happens in our body 24/7, while we awake, while we sleep, from the time we are born to the time we die. Now, if you see, immunity is nothing but the defense system in our body. So every country or every nation has a defense system in form of the army, navy, air force, cybersecurity, etc., etc. In the same way, our bodies have their own defenses, and this defense system of the body functions just like any other system. The circulatory system, the excretory system, the respiratory system, we have a system called the immune system. And this immune system keeps our body healthy, protect us from all outside invaders. What do I mean by outside invaders? I mean pathogens, bacteria, fungus, viruses, foreign bodies. So we are in an environment. We can't be separated from this environment. And in this environment, there are many, many, many billions of organisms that live around us and that we share our environment with. We share this beautiful world with. And some of us get sick. If you drink from water that is not pure, you get sick. What happens? There are some pathogens in this water in the form of bacteria or viruses. They attack our body. And then our immune system kicks into action. And this immune system kicking into action helps us get well from the attack of, the sickness. I mean, all of us had, especially those of us who are living in India, have had some experience of eating street food, which is so called as unhygienic food. We say the bel puri and the pani puri and all. And what happens sometimes? You get a stomach upset. So this stomach upset is nothing but the bacteria or the viruses attacking our body. And what do? Then you have some, maybe your grandmother remedies, or you go to a doctor and he gives you some medicine, or you don't do anything and you just get well in another 3 or 4 days. How does this work? This works because our immune system fights against these invaders and kicks them out or puts them to rest.
So doctor, how does this immune system fight for us?
So if you see, this immune system is divided into many parts. The most important part, if you see, is the blood. Now, blood, as if you break down blood, what is it? It's made up of different parts, like the red blood cells are the cells which give the red color to the blood. There are something called the white blood cells or the white blood corpuscles. And then you have the plasma, that is the liquid part of the blood that keeps flowing all around. Now, most of these white blood cells make up part of our immune system. The spleen makes up a part of our immune system. The thymus also makes up a part of our immune system. And then you have the lymph nodes. These lymph nodes are guardians. They are present at strategic locations all over our body. They are like, if you see, in a fort, they had watchtowers. And each of these watchtowers had men to guard the fort. So our lymph system is like that. And our lymph system takes care of all the impurities in the body and it flushes it out. Having a healthy spleen, having a healthy thymus is very important for our immune system to function.
So how do we know if our immune system is working properly?
It's very simple. You feel healthy. You don't fall sick as often. That means your immune system is functioning properly. But if you still want to get it checked up, you can go to a doctor, get a blood test done. And these blood tests will tell you certain inflammatory markers that are present. And the experts, they could be functional experts, they could be your doctor, will tell you whether your immune system is optimally functioning, over-functioning, or under-functioning. And accordingly, you can take corrective action so that your immune system is optimally functioning.
So when you say your immune system is optimally functioning, how do we know if it is working?
That's what I said. When our immune system is optimally functioning, we are healthy. We don't fall sick.
So doctor, how do we know if your immune system is decreasing?
So if our immunity is decreasing, when you get a viral cough or a cold or a fever, we have a feeling that keeps us very uneasy. All of us have definitely experienced it. It's called the prodrome symptoms, where we have a feeling that we are not well and we know we are going to fall sick. So that is the time when your immune system is kicking into action. And that is the time when you need to boost it with some herbs, with exercise, or just sleep. Sleep is one of the best boosters for the immune system.
So talking about immunoboosters, we have so many different knowledge about immunoboosters. What according to you is the right way of boosting your immunity?
Very good question. A lot of the viewers, especially after the COVID time, are searching for the word immunity, immune boosters in the internet. And wherever I go, at least in a day, I get one question asking me, how can I boost my immune system? I tell you, to boost your immune system, it's very easy. As I said, the best thing to do is to have a good night's sleep. Then you also need to have a good diet. You need to do exercise. Having the right amount of exercise puts your body into the right amount of stress, which boosts your immune system. Having the right diet boosts your immune system. Having some kinds of herbs also boosts your immune systems.
So talking about herbs, doctor, we only talk about supplements, but talking about herbs. So what are the different kinds of herbs that are there that can boost our immunity?
There are many herbs that can boost our immunity. The most important one being from a country like India, which is rich in knowledge about herbs. I would say turmeric, paspu, or manjal. It's the golden herb, I would call it. It has so many healing properties.
And it's easily available in everybody's home.
It's your kitchen.
Yes.
Your kitchen is the best pharmacy. I would say, instead of spending money and lakhs of rupees on medicines and sickness, spend time and money in your kitchen. Get good quality food made. Don't try and eat a lot of fast foods because they have a lot of preservatives. And these preservatives, many of them are chemicals. And these chemicals suppress our immunity. But if you take eating fresh food, and all our Indian foods or all foods all across the world have herbs to it. The Italians use a lot of rosemary, thyme. We use a lot of turmeric. We use a lot of saffron. These are magical herbs. They are wonder herbs. And these things can definitely boost our immunity. We all have all heard of the grandmother's recipe of haldi wala doodh, where you have a hot cup of milk. You can put some almonds in. You can put turmeric in. You can put some ginger in, and you have it. But today, if you go to a 5-star or a 7-star restaurant, they would sell it to you and charge you 500 or 700 rupees. They give you a glass of milk with a little almonds and a dash of turmeric, and they call it an almond latte with an essence of turmeric. But your grandmother already gave it to you, and it was called Badam Haldi Wala Doodh. But we did not want to do it. But it's packaged in a new way.
So what other herbs do you recommend? Turmeric? Definitely.
Ginger.
Ginger.
Ginger contains a lot of gingerols. And this is very good for people who have, a sore throat, blocked nose, prone to sinusitis. Even dried ginger would definitely help bring up the immunity.
So ginger in any form is also
Absolutely, absolutely. Or just ginger juice with lemon. You can add some neem leaves, some mint leaves in that, and you can make a nice drink and just have it every day in the morning or with your tea.
So what about nutrition? How do you power pack your nutrition with immunoboosters?
When you talk about nutrition, it's very important to understand the person. Everybody needs different nutrition. Nutrition has to be customized per person, and you've already been doing it. When you go to the restaurant, you tell them, oh, I want this, but without this, or with this and with that and that. That's customizing your nutrition. The same thing you do it in your house. You need to have the right amount of micronutrients. When I talk about micronutrients, I mean minerals like selenium, chromium, etc., etc. Magnesium. Today a lot of us complain a lot of back pain, leg pain. Everyone has some pain because they're sitting on the computer. And this work from home culture.
Long hours of
sitting in the computer and just typing. People have a problem with posture. People have a problem with spasms. I asked them, have magnesium. Simplest form of magnesium or any green edible leaf. Why green edible leaf? If you see the structure of chlorophyll, the central molecule is magnesium. So you have this magnesium and it's good for your body. It also contains a lot of fiber. So you have a good, digestive fiber in your diet.
So any form is good for you? Like usually we prefer having it fried. So do you prefer any form to be good?
Fried foods are not good to be taken on a daily basis. Because when we talk about fried foods, then we also go into the types of oil that is used for frying, the types of temperatures that you fry in. So I would say you should have fat in your food. It is very important because today people are cutting out the total fat from the food. The problem is when you fry carbohydrates, you create problems. Because when you fry carbohydrates, what happens? Carbohydrate and that lipid combination forms a lot of inflammatory substances in your body that triggers a lot of LDL particles in your body or low density lipoproteins. And these low density lipoproteins are the starting factors for all immune problems. They are the starting factors for all autoimmune problems. They are the starting factors for heart disease and everything. So I wouldn't say that throw out all frying pans from your house or throw out all the oil from your house. Oil is absolutely required. But you should know which oil to do, what food. When you're cooking Indian, use Indian oils. Don't use olive oil to make dosa because dosa is an Indian food. And it was never designed to be cooked with olive oil. But if you see today, many people in their house, they say, only I have olive oil. And they even make a dosa of olive oil. That's absolutely not healthy. Then using Teflon coated surfaces like non-stick pans. A multiple use of this non-stick pans, you see small particles of Teflon come out and that goes into your body. Then again using aluminium while cooking. So these aluminium salts suppress your immune system. So I would say try and cook in the more traditional way. Use cast iron, use stainless steel and use Indian food. Is one of the most beautiful food in the world. It's one of the most tasty food in the world. Don't spoil the recipes by, adding foreign ingredients to it.
It is important in which vessel you cook in, and also the nutrition value is important in all the greens that we add in our diet, and sticking to our basics is very important in terms of nutrition.
And also the heart of the person who's cooking is important.
Absolutely. So coming to exercises, so what do we, how do we exercise? In the sense, people think going to the gym is the only form of exercise. So what do you say about exercise, Doctor?
Going to the gym is one of the most unhealthiest form of exercise a person can get. Because you're exercising in a closed room with an air condition, with many people around you, and you're sweating over there, and you're not allowed to sweat because of the temperature. I would say the best form of exercising is exercise in an open field. Use all your muscles. Do the same exercises, but do it in a place which is open. Do it on your terrace. Do it in your garden. Go for a walk. They're just going to the gym and burning, nowadays you have these fitness trackers, which a lot of people are talking about. And everyone's posting on social media, oh, I have completed so many reps, I have completed so many steps. Where is that going? It's not going to take you anywhere. Of course, it's good. I'm not against fitness trackers, but you should know how to use technology. Today, technology is using you. We have to use technology to make our lives simpler. Don't let technology use us. I would say the best type of exercise is walking. For people to start with. Of course, I'm not talking about the pros who are already in the gym, those who are bodybuilders, those who are sportsmen. I'm talking about the people who are thinking to start to exercise. Start with a normal walk. Buy good shoes. Go for a walk. If you don't have shoes, it's fine. If you have legs, go for a walk. There are so many people who are blessed with legs, and there are so many people, unfortunate, I say, who cannot have legs. Think about them. They can't walk. You should always thank God, the able ones of us who have legs and who can walk, and we should go for a walk every day and exercise. That will, see, when you exercise and when you walk, you have a lot of endorphins released in your body. Endorphins are nothing but the feel-good hormones, and that improves our immunity. You also sweat. Now you know, being a doctor, that skin is the largest excretory organ in the body. How many of us sweat today? You go to the office in an AC car, you live in an air-conditioned house, you have an air condition in your bedroom, you have even an air condition in the kitchen today. So people, whatever you're doing, you're continuously in an air-conditioned environment, and because of this, the excretory system is not functioning. So I would say try to sweat, do any exercise. That would be a very good.
Being active in general.
Being active in general, yes, you got the right words.
So, Doctor, now talking about all these modes of being, building your immunity, I would also want you to speak about supplements. I know you're into herbal supplements, and could you throw light on what is a good supplement and how should someone choose your supplements and take optimal amounts of supplements on daily basis?
This is a very good question. A lot of people take supplements, especially after the pandemic. A lot of people started advertising a lot of supplements. Coming to the word, what is a supplement? A supplement is something you need to supplement your diet with. So the main thing is food. If you have the right food, the most wholesome food in the world, you don't need supplements. But why do you take supplements? Because if you see today, most of the food that we eat doesn't contain all the right amounts of nutrition, micronutrients, macronutrients, minerals, antioxidants, etc., etc. So that is why you need to supplement this food or supplement your diet with these things. I would rather say a person living in a forest or in the wilderness would never need supplements because he gets the best fruit to eat. That's the highest amount of antioxidants. And how do we make supplements? We take these fruits, extract these antioxidants and put them in a capsule or a tablet and give them to you. Now, not everyone has access to this kind of food. You have to be really lucky to have access to this kind of food, because most of us stays in cities and in towns, and we eat mostly 4 or 5 vegetables in our diet.
On repeat.
Absolutely. How many vegetables or how many colors of food do we eat? I would say eat a lot of colors in your food. When I go to the supermarket or when I go to the shop, I don't like going to supermarkets to buy food. I like to go and help the local farmers. I usually buy food from the local farmers because supermarkets are run by corporates. It's definitely convenient, but I always like to help the local farmers and eat the local produce. I try and choose different types of vegetables that have different colors, because different colors indicate different types of antioxidants present. Again, I wouldn't choose a vegetable which has no hole in it or which looks perfect.
Like the hybrid variety that comes in the market.
Absolutely. If the insects don't eat it, if the birds don't eat it, I'm not going to eat it.
So choosing your vegetable is also important. Make sure that some other insect has touched it, or is that so, doctor?
But I would say as far as possible, have your own kitchen garden. Even if you live in an apartment, you may have a place for a single pot. You can grow some tomatoes, you can grow some chilies, you can even grow wheatgrass. You don't need to have acres and acres of land to grow your own vegetables. Even in a small place you can. And that will help you a lot, because you'll be playing with the soil. And the soil, playing with the soil also improves your immunity, because it contains certain bacteria. And these bacteria synthesize B12 in our body. If you see today, almost 80% of the people who come and visit you as a doctor are deficient in B12 when you do their blood test. And from where is B12 produced? It's produced from bacteria in your gut. So if you are having sterile food, as I call it, or you're not in touch with nature, the bacteria are not going to be there. So playing in the mud, if you see in the olden days, kids would play in the mud. Today nobody plays in the mud. They say, oh, dirty, dirty. Even the playgrounds are rubberized.
Yeah.
There's no mud. All this brings down our immunity. So I would say, go back to nature. Start feeling the breeze. Start feeling the plants. Walking bare feet. Walk on the grass. Take a walk if you are lucky enough to live by the seashore. Walk bare feet on the sand. Walk in the water. Walk in the waves. Get exposed to the early morning sunrise. All that's free. That builds your immunity. I always tell my friends and my patients and my relatives and everyone around me, to be sick is very expensive. To be healthy is free. Sunlight is free. Taking a walk is free. Playing in the mud is free. Playing in the sand is free. Going for a walk on the beach is free. Calling up your friends are free. Don't call your friends and WhatsApp them and text them and message them. Go and meet them. Prepare food for them. Give them pickles. Why pickles? Pickles are nothing but a mixture of probiotic and prebiotic. In India, we have a culture where we give pickles to our friends. You know?
Yeah.
You would give pickles and you would get their pickles. But where's that culture now? You don't have that culture. You buy all ready-made stuff. So the pre and the probiotic, or the microbiome, as they call it, would regenerate in the gut. So just get back to these traditions. You'll be healthy. Your immunity would get boosted. You won't have to do anything. And one more thing, there are studies that showing being happy and laughter also improves your immune system. So it's very important for you to be happy, smile and laugh in life.
Absolutely. So all these combined, we have this amazing recipe to have a immunoboosters. So thank you, doctor, for beautifully explaining to us right from the beginning about diet, about nutrition, about herbs, about availing everything on this planet which is free to boost our immunity. This has been a good talk, and we appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rachel.